Hey friends, how you doing today? It's Hump Day Wednesday. I'm gonna try to do a couple readings later, but first, a little bit of chit chat again. Guess I want to tell a little bit more about me. Get to know me. So I did the reading, channeling of my ex, Joanna, who was a medium. So I think I want to go from there. So when I was divorced and separated, me myself, I thought I was in a good place. I'm ready for the next one. Well, obviously Spirit didn't think so. So after Joanna, and I was just so tired of trying to date again, being separated and going through a divorce. And I was always getting women that were troubled. And I thought I was in a better place. And spiritually, I'm in a better place. But obviously, deep down, I wasn't in a better place because I'm attracting the same people of sorts. I mean, I wasn't feeling like I was messed up or had problems, but deep down, I wasn't ready to receive that relationship that I wanted. So, like one girl I dated, here to come to find out she was physically abused, but everything was great when we were out partying, and I thought, hey, maybe this one's gonna be a good one, right? Well, then one day I went and got some Chinese and came over to her house, and she hasn't been drinking. So we ate, we sat down, and I scooched over a little bit, and do the little hug thing and try to kiss her, and she kind of pulls back, I'm like, this is weird. So I had the thought of getting a little more intimate, and she wanted nothing to do with it. So anyway, come to find out, I had to release that relationship, but she couldn't be around a man because she was abused without being drunk. And that wasn't going to work. So I let that one go. Oh. And then, after all this, there was other girls too. It just always another issue. There was a couple others I dated, and there was just always another issue. And I'm like, I don't want to deal with this. I want better in my life, right? So I was alone for a while. And there's always a reason, right? Somehow I got an email or something. So I started chatting with, thinking maybe my future is to find a foreign wife, through those sites overseas. So I started connecting and talking with ladies from the Ukraine. And for me, it was a positive experience. All they wanted was a happy home, happy family, have a family, have a couple more kids or whatever. But it was kind of freaky to me being mid to upper 30s at the time, something like that. And then a lot of these 18 and 21-year-olds, girls are emailing me wanting to talk. I'm just like, that just don't seem right. And my half sister would have been older than them if I would have went that route. But anyway, I had a really good connection with one, and we're still friends to the day. And I went over there to the Ukraine, Odessa, for a week. And beautiful city. I had a great time. The lady I met personally was wonderful. And I was actually going to go through the visa process. But then I started thinking about it, and it'd be hard, and my kids are young yet. Could they adapt? And plus, this lady didn't know English completely yet, so that was really difficult. So, like I said, we're still friends. We're Facebook friends. You know, like send holiday greetings and stuff, you know, but in a way, I kind of ruined her progress because we did go through the paperwork, but I canceled it. But that hindered her progress to find someone else. But she accepted it. It wasn't meant to be. She's now living in Israel, I guess, and she has a good life. She also had a handicapped child, so that was another little issue. I didn't know if I could deal with that and handle it, bringing on 2 people, you know, and then having my kids part-time, and they were 10 and 8, I think it would have been like, or 12 and 8, 12 and 10, something like that. This felt like it wasn't right. So then there was a party, and I ended up meeting another girl, a local, you know, and so we ended up dating for like 3 years and 9 months. And then she had problems. It was like, every time, it's just like, I thought I found the one. And that one I had to release that. That was tough. So, a lot of emotions all this time of being separated and trying to start over again and want the good thing, you know. So, what was next? Then for a while, I just wanted to be alone. You know, had some casual friend stuff. But then, I thought I was ready, right? I mean, I took more precautions. You know, I date someone and this isn't right. You know, before I got deep, nope. You know, explain why, we're still friends, you know, just didn't work out. And maybe a year before that, I wrote down on a piece of paper and thought in my intentions what I wanted for my lifetime partner and forever. So it's kind of a funny story. So I started dating this girl, kind of a family friend. My sister and this girl have kids from the same dad. So she's kind of like family, but not, right? So I started dating her, and I knew it wasn't going to work out. So like the first time we started kissing a little bit, I'm just like, it's like I'm kissing my sister. No, I'm sorry, this ain't gonna work, right? She was upset, and then she had a mutual friend on Facebook that I knew. I never met her, but she worked with her, right? So this girl I tried dating, she was looking for a pool partner, shooting pool in a tournament. It was couples, handcuffed. You handcuffed to each other and you shoot pool in a couples tournament. And who I'm with now, over 9 years later, she ended up coming that day, which was kind of interesting. Oh, I missed something. Also, the girl I'm with now, Nancy, had another friend. So it was all a Facebook thing, you know, you're just chatting on posts, you know, and you meet people, talk, you know, but you never meet in person. So my half-sister got married one night, and I was half-heartedly chatting with another woman that was separated, which is my current lady's one of her best friends from high school. And I got her number, and they were going to be like her and Nancy, this girl, and another girlfriend. There's like 4 girlfriends are going out drinking. They do it once a year. You know, classmates get back together. So I'm at the wedding, and then another friend shows up, and then my sister tried to hook me up with her friend, and I'm just like, no, I'm not doing that. It was a wild night. But so I go get done with the night. It's like bar time, and I get this text message from my Nancy's friend. Hey, come over to the hotel. We're getting done. You know, I'd like to see you. I'm like, what the heck, right? So I go over and meet her, and all of her girlfriends are like, you know, saying this. Hi, I'm Bobby. Hi, I'm Bobby. And it wasn't Bobby, right? I'm just like, I don't look like you, you know. So they're just playing with me. So I end up talking to her, and we're outside, you know, and I just happen to look over at the bench outside the hotel. And it's like, wow, who's that girl? And that's who I'm with right now, Nancy. I'm just like, wow, who's that girl? So all the other girls go up to the hotel room, you know, and leave me and this Bobby alone. So we talk a little more, do a little kissing and stuff, and I was divorced, but she was still separated, going through issues. And I told her, I'm like, this is all just fun. I don't see this going anywhere. Well, she wasn't too happy, and she wanted a little more, and I said no. So the next day after I woke up from my hangover, I messaged Nancy, who I'm with now. Asked her on a date. And she's like, I don't know. You were just kind of with my best friend. And she mentioned the girl code. You just don't mess with other people's men. And I just said, okay, I understand. Interrupted by Nancy's mom. Sometimes they come down and they're doing laundry or something. So anyway, Nancy says, girl code, can't do it. So come to find out, you know, she was interested though. And she had the thoughts, and you know, and she's like, well, I'm single. Scott's single. He's not dating Bobby. Why should I not take a chance? So here comes that pool tournament. She shows up. And voila. During that whole day, that pool tournament, hanging out, eating, drinks. And that's how the magic started over 9 years ago. If she would not have dismissed that girl code, we wouldn't be together 9 years later. And we got exactly what we wanted for each other. In 9 years, we may have had a fight 3 times. And that was because of hormones. You know, those girl things. Just saying. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is, watch the signs. You need to be in a place to receive the person you want in your life. If you aren't ready, you're going to receive the exact same, and your life's going to continue the same way. You need to get focused, do a hermit card. Time for self. Reevaluate. And if it's not there for you, you just gotta move on. If you want the best you want for yourself. So, that's a little more about me. So I've done a lot of, been around the block, per se, with dating and whatnot, and I share this with my daughters. I am totally honest with my daughters. I'm the type of dad that my daughters would text me about anything. Anything. I'm that dad. Anything. And that's what I always wanted. I was always open with my daughters. I talk about anything. I want them to be the best people they can. And understand there's curveballs in life, and you gotta learn to forgive and learn to understand and see the signs. Always look for the signs. When you're driving down the road and there's an accident, or you see someone weaving or something, just peel it back. Don't get in that situation. Because one, if you try to, I'm getting out of this situation and speed up, you might get that ticket. Just slow down, see the signs, and learn. It's all about learn. And also putting those intentions, what you want. Writing it down. Keeping that in little your hope chest or something, write down your intentions, what you want, where you want to go. So I'm at 17 minutes. All right. So with all that little chit chat, I'm sure I'll have some more stories to say. It's been a long time, but I used to do a lot of impressions of people or whatever. I don't know if I'm any good anymore, but people at keg parties and whatnot used to love it, So let's see, what kind of impression can I do to make someone laugh? All right, I'll try Elf. I used to do Elf pretty good. Elf, the movie, the show, the sitcom show from the 80s or 90s, whatever. All right. Elf. All right. Hey, Willie, get the whipped cream. Kate's in the mood. Ha! Is that close? Hey, B, leave my styrofoam alone. I was saving that. I'm going to take it back to Merrimack. Make a killing. All right, maybe it's not good. I used to be pretty good at it. Elf was one of my favorite shows. Oh, I hope I'm making you laugh a little bit, in all these interesting times. All right, for heck and giggles, let's do a reading on myself and see what the cards have to say. Starting a new YouTube channel, sharing guidance, creating friends, being part of a community. But what is more for me? Am I just gonna deliver meat the rest of my life and read on YouTube? Let's see what the cards have to say. All right. Cardies. Give me a reading about myself. What's my future? Show my future. All right, here we go. Show my future. Oh, ouch. 10 of swords in the bottom. That's not good. Not usually. Is there any good things to this 10 of swords? Struggles. Am I going to be betrayed with some struggles or something? That's strange. I feel pretty good in my life right now. Wow. The center of the reading is 5 of Wands. Well, let's go with determination. Page of Wands. A new message. Oh, the Star of Hope. Well, what do you know? It gets better. All right. Right back. Okay, I'm back. The 10 of Wands and 5 of Wands could be from my past. Because I did have some dark times. My father and I, in 2011, quit farming. And I had to file bankruptcy. Because of all the debt, the farm sale didn't cover it. So it may be talking about the past a little bit. The 5 of Wands can be a determination card. So this is a reading on myself, so it's tough. When you do it on yourself, you don't know what ego is popping in or what's going on. So what else with that 5 of Wands? Because this is determination. It can be arguments, but I ain't got none of that going on. So I'm thinking determination. So above that is a new message coming in with the Page of Wands. Below that is 8 of Cups. New events, moving on. To the left of the being determined is the 7 of Swords. That's working on things. To the right of being determined is the old Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune you always like to see. That's the Fate card. So there's something in store for me beyond delivering meat. Above the new message is the Star of Hope. Intuition. Things coming to light. To the right of the new message, the Messenger card, is the 6 of Coins. That's loans, financial aid, inheritance, lottery. Wouldn't that be crazy, right? So in the bottom here, we have Ace of Coins. More material, more financial. That's prosperity. It's a new wealth or a new path. So it could be financial or it's a new path. And then on the bottom right is the World card. That's being seen by the world, being exposed. It's a new journey. And in a sense, beyond YouTube is being exposed to the world. And it's a triumph, it's rewards, it's a culmination of things. Near future, we got the Chariot. The Chariot is moving on. It's taking things by the reins. It's a triumph. It can also be a travel card. And then King of Cups. That's an emotional leader. The family man. The supportive man. The mature man. The experienced man. So by doing this on YouTube at least, I'm gaining more experience, putting my emotions out there, putting my thoughts, my feelings, my intuition, my readings out there. And the final outcome, Ace of Wands. A new beginning, a new journey, a new inspiration. In the final card here, we have the Knight of Coins. That's ambition, being dedicated. Young man of honor. That's right. I'm almost 52 in a few months, and I'm young. Remember that. And what else with the Knight? Ambition. To me, it's feeling like, okay, we have spirit guides. And Pentacles are source. Material, financial, gaining, positive things. To me, that's feeling like guides are helping me improve. I'm gaining knowledge, I'm getting better, and I'm learning. So, interesting. So we look on top, we have financial rewards, Wheel of Fortune, the Fate card, things going full circle. I used to have a Ten of Swords many years ago, 10 to 15, but... And then we have the World card. Financial rewards. The Wheel of Fate. The world is seeing you. We have the Star card. The Intuition card. Seven of Swords, working on things. To the Ace of Coins. The New Path. Intuition, working on things, new path. And that's what I'm doing by putting myself out there on YouTube. I'm working on things more. Gaining experience, gaining knowledge, listening to spirit, doing different things. So I think that's a pretty positive reading, huh? If it's true, you can throw cards on yourself. It appears, King of Emotions. I have a challenge. I'm taking it by the reins. I might be traveling. I might be gaining some financial prosperity from this with the Six of Coins. I always love to see that Wheel of Fortune. The Triumph, the Turning of Fate. Couple aces in there. The Star card's always nice to see. So the only two bad cards are maybe the Seven of Swords, but that's a work in progress card. And then that Ten of Swords in the beginning. I'm not having a lot of issues, so maybe that's just telling me where I came from, what I went through, and the struggles, and the learning, understanding my defeats, and to be a better person. When I was married, I was a good man, good father, but I was stubborn. I'm a Taurus. I was stubborn. But my ex-wife was a physical therapy assistant. So she worked, 9 to 5 or whatever. And we started having kids. And I was a farmer, right? I got up early, milked cows. So she got the kids up, dressed them, fed them, took them to daycare. And then she technically probably had a longer day than I did. And then at night, gets them from daycare, comes home, feeds them dinner, gets them settled down, reads books. And then by the time I come in, it's like I ate dinner and the kids just sit in my lap. Right? So we had a busy life. And we kind of grew apart. And in a sense, I didn't really, looking back, I didn't understand how much she actually had to do. But there was bonuses to that. If the kids were sick, I could go get them from school and, take care of them. Just bring them home to the farm and take care of them. I could take them to dentist appointments during the day and, so I had flexibility being a farmer. So there was pros and cons. But in the end, it didn't work out. But I got my daughters 50% of the time. We have a great relationship. I learned a ton. And that's all that matters, is who you've become. Who you've become. That's all our guides want us to do, is learn and be better people. Negativity breeds negativity. Positive reinforcement brings out better. I also did a lot of coaching. I coached girls basketball, volunteer basketball coach for like 8 years in an extra league. And I put my heart and soul in those girls to make them play better ball and be better people. So I guess I've always been more in tune to the girls, per se, because I always coached girls. I had 2 girls. So, yeah, that was my journey pretty much. Okay. Another laundry check. Anyway, when you're trying to direct kids, as a coach, you want to put your best foot forward, help them grow, teach them. They look up to you as a role model, so it's a good experience too. So anywho, social hour of 34 minutes should be enough, right? Try to get a couple readings in today of, the president. So chat with you later. Peace.